Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've made nearly 1,000 videos.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious!
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video we are sitting here with another new signing, and this one, I'm going to be honest, is by far the spiciest signing we have made. Not necessarily about the player himself, who we will break down in today's video, but the reaction from the Charlton fans and other media has been absolutely hilarious to watch. But as always, before we dive into story number one, just a friendly reminder in case you are new around here and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, it just helps us, the nation, on our way, on our journey towards 55k. So if you don't mind hitting that, that'd be absolutely tremendous. But without any further ado, let's just go into story number one, because again, this has just been hilarious. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I've made nearly 1,000 videos now on this channel talking about the Glasgow Rangers, but I can quite confidently say this has been the maddest reaction to a signing I have ever spoken about on this channel. On one side, you have some of the media talking this move up because it is truly an impressive coup from the Glasgow Rangers. This is a guy who had offers from elsewhere, and especially a lot of offers in English football, and he had a lot of pressure about going to English football, but he said no and came up the road. So not only is it a great move for the Glasgow Rangers that young, talented players in their prime are coming up and willing to play, it's also the best thing for our league. Instead of being regarded as a tin pot league with retirement home style players, no, we've got young, talented players coming up the road. But yet on the other side, you have so many more people coming out here and attacking not only the Glasgow Rangers but Joe Aribo for making this decision. And no, I'm not being dramatic or that, by the way. Simply go onto Twitter, in fact just Google Joe Aribo's name and you click on any website that allows you to comment, and you can see the arguments that's happening with this guy's move. People are attacking him, saying he lacks ambition and desire, and saying this is a step backwards playing for the Glasgow Rangers. That's right, playing in front of 50 odd thousand fans, playing European football, and not only that, but you're playing for the most successful club in world football. How on earth is that a step backwards than playing for Charlton? I didn't understand this at all. So I've done a little bit of digging, and this is what I managed to find. This is why so many people are absolutely raging about this move, and this is why so many people within Charlton Football Club has tried their best to talk Joe Aribo out. Because Joe Aribo has signed for the Glasgow Rangers, Charlton get £300,000 for a development fee. If Joe Aribo had decided to stay in England, he'd have got well more than double that, because he's staying in the same country. That's the way the development fees work. I mean, you look at the Jake Hasty deal where we signed on a pre-contract from Motherwell, we still had to pay 500k because it was within the same league. So all these little digs at the Glasgow Rangers and all this talking doing from English pundits and stuff like that about Scottish football, and the people within Charlton who's came out here and absolutely lambasted this move, it all makes sense. It's all about the money, money, money. Did I really just quote Jessie J? I'm getting worse. And the last thing I want to talk about, by the way, or regarding this before we turn our attention to the player in more detail as well, is we're going to speak about Lee Bowyer. That's right, Lee Bowyer, the Charlton manager, because he has came out in the last 24 hours and not only ridiculed this move, but absolutely blown a hole all the way through it. This is an absolute vicious interview, so I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs. Let's get into it. And I intentionally spoke about the difference in money if he came to Scotland and England, because I think when you read Lee Bowyer's statement regarding this transfer, it makes a hell of a lot more sense now. You know, they just wanted as much money as possible. So this is the Charlton manager, and this is what he's had to say regarding the move. I've worked so hard to get him into the situation he is now. It's about progression for him. So it's a shame if he gets pushed to somewhere where it's not going to benefit him in his footballing career. If he goes to Rangers, that is not the right place for him to go in his football career. Now, it does go on to say a lot of other stuff there, but we're going to skip a couple. We're going to jump right back down all the way to here. He says, it doesn't make football sense on the footballing side. When players from England go and play for Celtic and Rangers, it is at their end of their careers. That's because it's very rare you get a move from Rangers to the Premier League, and I don't mean any disrespect to that. Oh, thanks Lee. It's alright lads. Hey, he said no disrespect, so we kind of feel disrespected. That is how it works. And the last little statement I want to read out is this one. I met and had a chat with Joe on Friday. I told him that if he was going to go, at least stay in England, because that is where the best football is. Like, is it just me? But when I read the article, all I'm thinking is he's just thinking himself and thinking his own club. All this pish talking about progression and taking digs at Rangers doesn't make any freaking sense to me. Where did Van Dijk come from? Where did Andy Robertson? They've just won the Champions League. What age were they playing in Scottish football? And when you think about it, Jelavic done no too bad. You've got Stephen Davis who done no too bad, captaining Southampton for a very long time. You've got Naismith who went down forever and scored very, very important goals. Ask the Everton fans how they feel about Judas. Come on, you know how to get in there. Come on. The list genuinely goes on, and if you actually want to discuss that down in the comments, I'm happy to do that, because I think it's interesting, because Scottish football always gets shat on, Rangers always get shat on, but when our players have went down south, a lot of them has made a pretty damn good impression. And there is one last thing I would like to speak about regarding the reaction of this signing from the other fans in the media and stuff like that. When you have so many people absolutely raging that you have signed a player, is it just me? But I sit back and I smile wide and I think, damn, we must really have a good frickin' football player coming. But with that being said, let's turn our attentions and break down Joe Aribo's player profile. Now, as always, we're kind of on point with this transfer, so we've already broken down in an entire long video. So if you would like to know everything about the man, you can go ahead and click the video. It's down in the description. But as always, in today's video, we'll skim through it and give you what you need to know. Joe is 22 years old. Now, he's a central midfielder. Now, I know what you're thinking right away. We have far too many of them. But when you look at what he brings to the table, we aren't that stacked in what he can do. He's well known for driving the ball forward, and his engine, his stamina is meant to be his biggest asset. He can drift by players when need be as well, but he just gets the ball in tight areas and he just moves it forward. He's very similar to what Glenn Kamara and the impact that he's had at the Glasgow Rangers. That is what he's been doing for Charlton for now a pretty consistent length of time. But also Ryan Jack on the other side, because you look at our formation we play, Jack and Kamara need to run all day, right? And whenever one of them comes out the squad, we just didn't look as strong and the balance doesn't look quite as impressive. Now that we've got Joe Aribo in that mix as well, that is going to make a very, very strong fit. An extremely physical midfield. Now when you look at Glenn Kamara, Ryan Jack and Joe Aribo in the centre of the park, that is vicious. But to be fair to Joe, he's not just a box-to-box player who's going to run his absolutely pan, and he's got a wee bit something else to his game as well, and that's an eye for goal and that final killer pass that sometimes we've lacked when you go back to last season during those tight games. He can pick the ball up, he can drive forward, but when he is there, he can also deliver the pass. Now his overall stats for Charlton last season were 39 games, 10 goals and 5 assists. We'll take that, won't we? And believe or not, Joe Aribo has yet another upside, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's his flexibility in position. And now if you're paying attention to the signings that Gerrard's making, he seems to be bringing in players we've spoken about in this channel that can play in multiple areas. Joe Aribo is exactly that. In just the last season alone for Charlton, he played 18 games at a more restrictive centre mid spot where he got 4 goals and 1 assist. He played a further 10 games in a much more advanced role, a sort of centre attacking mid role, very similar to what Scotty Arfield plays in our current setup, so close to the striker. He played 10 games in that role where he got 3 goals and 3 assists as well. And believe or not, he played 6 games at left mid where he got 2 goals and 1 assist. And just to round it off, just to show what flexibility truly is, he also played 4 games in the right hand side, starting right wing for Charlton, where he nipped in with a goal as well. Everywhere. And it's not just the fact that he can play anywhere that I like, it's he's still got a very consistent output in those positions, whether it's left mid he's scoring or assisting, he's right he's scoring, centre mid he's scoring or assisting, and cam he's scoring and assisting as well. Very, very similar output. Wherever he plays, he seems to be a bit of a game changer. And with that being said, we have now reached the end of Joe Aribo's player profile. Now all that's left is for me and thee to get their thoughts and opinions out there. Now, I'm pretty sure that we have spoke throughout the entire video. It shows that I am well and truly still on the Joe Aribo bandwagon. A couple of weeks ago when we made that first video, I certainly showed that I was buzzing to see this man play for the Glasgow Rangers, and nothing has well and truly been changed. The only thing we're going to be changing at the end of today's video, transition, is the fact normally we jump over and read from the people's opinion on Twitter, but I realised just a couple of days ago we'd done the exact same thing regarding Joe Aribo on Twitter on this channel. So instead of doing the same thing, what I'm going to be doing is just open up for you guys to get all your thoughts and opinions, the people from YouTube and Twitter, down there in the comment section below. What are you thinking about Joe Aribo? Do you think he's going to be a success? And also, who do you think he's going to be replacing in the current starting 11? That would be a very interesting question. That's why I'm leaving it to the end as well. Who is he replacing if he's got into the starting 11? But now, unfortunately, we've reached the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, if you don't mind hitting a like button, that would be tremendous. It helps it come up in people's like suggestions and recommendations. That would genuinely be incredible. And again, a friendly reminder, in case you are new around here and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, just help us on our way towards 55k. Before we wrap up though, I need to give a special mention and a special shout out to the legends on the Patreon account. I genuinely can't thank you guys enough. And as always, if you'd like to join the Patreon, the link for that is down there in the description below. I've been CJ92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.